All right, welcome everybody to our March call. This is Go for the Green. We are focusing on green cleaning. All right, so thanks for being on live with us. If you're watching the recording, we're glad you're here. So we're going to spend the next 30 minutes talking about easy, simple ways to green up the cleaning products in your home. Seriously, if you have not tackled this yet, it's time. Okay, even if you have to go one room, one cleaning product at a time, even if you have to pay to bring me to your house and do it for you, just kidding. But it's time to get like all of your favorite products replaced so you're ready to go for spring cleaning. Okay, I would encourage you to take notes as you go.
I will move. I just am trying to get this started.
Take notes as you go. 1 second, I'm going to make sure.
I can't.
Okay. Take notes as we go. If you have questions, please put them in the chat box. Okay, we'll work hard to get them answered there. Now, I don't really want to hang on this part of our conversation super long, but we definitely have to talk about like, why is green cleaning even an important conversation? I know there's evidence in the chat box that you think I'm a little nuts for how much I love to clean, but honestly, I really do. I do love cleaning, but green cleaning, I want to help people like make over their products because I know how important it is for their health and for their family. When a health concern arises, I hope that most of us are thinking through like, what am I eating? How am I sleeping? How is my stress load? What are some things that have happened in my life lately? But how often do we actually look at what's underneath our kitchen cabinet, our kitchen sink, or in our bathroom cabinet? Okay, so thinking about those things. The average household contains 62 toxic chemicals. Like things don't have to be tested and proven safe to be in those cleaning products that we're using. Okay, that's not how it works. And 89% of all poison exposures occur in the home. The levels of air pollution inside houses are 2 to 5 times higher, sometimes up to 100 times higher. I wonder whose house that is, than outdoor levels. Okay, so indoor air, like we are using some super toxic things, and the ingredients in what we're using, they linger, they hang around. We don't just wash those away. I mean, I guess in some case we're washing them away into the environment, but the things that the chemicals have been linked to: asthma, cancer, reproductive disorders, neurotoxicity, hormone disruption, not good things. Okay, so obviously there's a huge cost for our health. If you don't know that yet, I hope you understand that your health is at stake in what you're using around your house. And I also just want you to understand that there's a financial cost too. Cleaning with conventional store-bought products is not actually an affordable way to clean your home. First and foremost, because we're marketed to have about 16 products for each room. So for example, in your bathroom, you've got something for your grout, something for your tub, something for your floor, something for your mirror, something for your mildew, something for your toilet. Need I say more, right? And you think about taking all those chemicals and starting to combine them, right? That's just not going to be good. So there was a census done. I know it's from 2011, but I think it's a really interesting number. They did gathered some data, and they found that the average American spends $42 on cleaning supplies a month. That's $504 a year. I think that's a considerable cost, especially when we talk about how easy it is and affordable for some of the swaps we're doing. But just to really give you a simple example, I think you could pretty easily spend $5 on an all-purpose spray at the store. You can make one with lemon at home for 80 cents. Okay, so that's a significant difference. Somebody do the percentage for me on that, okay? So I would implore you to listen with open ears and to do your best to come away with some actionable items or some recipes that you really want to make, and take some time to start switching stuff over. Okay, you won't look back. I promise that you won't look back. All right, so Laura Whipperman is going to take it away with the most controversial stronghold cleaning item: toilet bowl cleaner.
Controversial. Am I like in place of Bad Bob tonight? Is that it? I don't know about it being controversial, but you know that I really love you if I make you toilet fizzies. So those of you that have received from some of those from me, you know that I really love you. So this is what they look like. And I keep mine in a glass jar because then you don't get moisture and they don't stick together and clump up. And I will put the recipe in the chat box for you after we're done. Or after I'm done. And really, you only need 4 ingredients. You need some citric acid, which I order mine online, but you can get it at the grocery store in the canning aisle. And you need baking soda, you need your essential oil, and you need water. And that's really it. I like to use tea tree in mine because Melaleuca is just so great for cleansing and purifying in the bathroom. But you could use On Guard, you could use lemon, you could use Purify. There's lots of options. And for molds, what do I put my cleaning fizzies in? Well, I have a couple of options here because I just love doing this, right? So this I got at Hobby Lobby. You can also order it online, and they're for like mini brownies or little chocolate molds. And they come out just the perfect size for a cleaning toilet fizzy. If you have a mini muffin tin, you use that. I've used that a lot. And then my latest, I don't know if I can really hold it up or not, but these are cute little flowers. And so somebody is going to win a whole tray of these tonight. So I made them up this afternoon just for whoever wins. And they're just easy to do. You mix it up, you spoon it into the trays, and then you let it harden. And it takes a few hours for that to happen. And then you pop them out and put them in a glass jar. And so when you want to clean your toilet, you just put one in there and let it start to work. It'll start fizzing right away. That's so fun because you know your toilet's getting clean, and then you scrub, and that's all you do. An even easier way to clean your toilet would be to just keep some baking soda in the bathroom. This is probably what Amy does. And you just sprinkle in the baking soda, you drop in a few drops of whatever oil you want to use, and scrub. And it's just that easy. So you could go from a little bit more prep to basically no prep, and that's it. All right, that's my toilet fizzy game.
I've got a question for Laura Whipperman. Laura, I've made them in little mini cupcake things like that, and I've almost stabbed myself to death trying to get them out. So tell me, how do you, like, they don't fall out, do they? Like, what's the deal?
I do pop them out with I don't stab myself though. I use a fork or even a little like an ice. You have the fanciest iced teaspoon ever. I would use that iced teaspoon and do it.
Okay, thanks. I prefer those little silicone molds, I just gotta say. Love Laura's recipe.
Yeah, people are up in arms that you don't love them because they haven't received some. So you're gonna some backtracking to do. Okay, Laura Hadamio, you're up next.
So I am telling you guys about carpet stain remover, and I used a 16-ounce spray bottle. The recipe I'm going to give you guys in the chat box right now is for 8 ounces. So I just doubled the recipe. So we have 1/4 cup of baking soda, 1/4 cup of warm water, or I just use regular water because it's going to cool down anyways. And then I used hydrogen peroxide, but you can also use distilled white vinegar. And then you get your spray bottle and then wild orange. And I put the baking soda, the water, and the hydrogen peroxide all in a container before putting it in here. I first tried to put the funnel on top with the baking soda and it didn't go down. So just put it in a bowl or something that's easy to pour into a funnel on the top of your bottle. And just some things to consider the first time that you use it. You want to make sure that you just spot treat, like just spray a little spot, let it sit for like 15 minutes and then clean it up. You can use a wet rag to clean it up. You could use a little brush if you have one. And you're good to go to pick up any stain. So I would double it all if you have a bigger spray bottle, but pretty easy, you're good to go.
That's amazing. Thanks for troubleshooting on the funnel problem. You're amazing. Okay, Jerry Huffman, you're up next.
Okay, I'm going to talk about wood polish. So Don and I love wood. We have quite a bit of wood furniture, and recently I just received my dad's table that was his dad's table. And so this little end table is gorgeous wood, but it's looked a little beat up and dull. And so I just lovingly was polishing not too long ago. And I don't polish, I mean, you don't have to polish your wood a lot, right? So in between, when you need to, your wood furniture starting to look a little dull and lifeless, that's when you would use this wood polish. And then in between that, I use my Norwex mitt. But when I use the wood polish, I do use a microfiber cloth. So this is the recipe for this. I'll put in the chat box. This is a 2-ounce bottle. And in that is a 1/4 cup of olive oil and a 1/4 cup of vinegar, and then 8 drops of arborvitae. And what better way to replenish your wood than with a wood oil, right? And then 2 drops of your lemon or your wild orange, whichever smell you want to, whatever scent you want to have. And then you just shake it up. I've had this for quite a while. A little bit goes a really long way. You can also use it on your woodwork, like on our windowsills where the sun hits it a lot and you don't quite have time to put new varnish on it. I like to use this to kind of fill in those bare wood spots. On your floors, you could do that. We have wood floors, but don't use a lot of it, otherwise you'll be slipping and sliding all over the place. So I'm going to gift somebody with a smaller bottle of this. So if you've never tried it, I love it. And plus it smells great. No more Pledge. I haven't used Pledge since I started using essential oils. And this is the only thing I use besides my Norwex mitt. So that is it. And Amy, I think you're next.
I am. I've done a lot of cleaning, but I've never polished wood. Mom, have I ever polished wood? I don't think so, but that recipe sounds really good. Yeah, no. So Jerry, hats off to you. Hats off. I bow down. Okay, so I'm going to just highlight a couple of different recipes. First off, dish soap, because we all do dishes. So I will say that when I'm talking about washing dishes by hand. Okay. When I do that, Laura Whipperman does have a fizzy for in your dishwasher. Ask her if you want to know all that, right? She's amazing. But I'm talking about washing dishes by hand. What can you use that's super easy? Honestly, unscented Castile soap, like you should have Dr. Bronner's. We talked a lot about baking soda and vinegar. One other supply that you want to have around would be unscented Castile soap. Okay. And so you can take that and I like adding a citrus oil would be my recommendation, because it's so uplifting, so refreshing, but I think it's also great at citrus oils are good at cutting grease, right? So one of the recipes I saw had lime, lemon, and citrus bliss. I think you could use any one of those on its own and it would be amazing. I can put the recipe for that in the chat box, but honestly, super easy, super simple. I like to use my On Guard Cleaner Concentrate for hand washing dishes, but I think that Susan Wood might be talking about that at the end. I wanted to give a couple quick extra tips about carpet, even though we don't really have any in our house, but in our car, when my husband spilled baked beans and we had a major problem, we had to deal with the carpet. Okay, so baking soda, yeah, you should ask about it sometime. He spilled the beans, you get it? Baking soda and some of Purify is my go-to, honestly, but lavender, a citrus oil, whatever. You mix your baking soda with your drops of oil and sprinkle it onto the area and let it sit. For at least an hour, I'd say maybe more. I've done this on a mattress, right? It can be used in a lot of different places, and vacuum that up can be really helpful for a carpet refresh. And if you use a vacuum that has a bag, don't hesitate to put a cotton ball in there with a couple drops of oil on it to really refresh the room while you are vacuuming. Okay, now for the finest DIY recipe of all time. I hope you're ready for it. I might put it in the chat box. I might make you grovel for it. Scrubbing paste. Okay, there is nothing that scrubbing paste cannot do. There's no task. There's no husband's greasy hands from working outside, gardening hands, the stains in the sink, bathtub. There is nothing it has met. There's a really funny testimonial in Fierce Oilers about somebody being like, I thought Amy was being weird, and then I used it and it changed my life. Okay. So this recipe is so simple because it's baking soda, your unscented Castile soap, white vinegar, and your oil. Lemon and rosemary are usually a great pick. Peppermint would be really good too. And basically you mix that up. It's got a scrubbing, a soft scrub texture. Mom, you always used to make me clean with that. Okay. And you're just going to keep that in an airtight container. You can add a little water if it's too thick, and you can scrub anything with it. Somebody even once scrubbed their face with it because they misunderstood and they thought it was amazing. So, the possibilities are really endless. Okay. So there are all my fun ideas for you. All right, Emily, you're up next. You can make fun of me. I've been dying to make fun of you this whole time. No, just kidding. It's like funny because you can give Amy grief about how much she loves to clean, but her house is like stunning because it's so clean, right? So, we can't really tease her that much. Okay, so I'm like not a DIYer with cleaning stuff, really not very much at all. But truly, like the two things I clean my whole house with top to bottom are that scrubbing paste that Amy used. And I've never combined it with rosemary, but which I really like. I'm going to try that. And then an all-purpose spray. So like a lot of these things that we're talking about, there's a lot of room to make it your own. So with this, what I do, so you can get these glass bottles. I get mine from Amazon. They're like $5 a piece. They might be cheaper elsewhere. That's where I get them from. So I put 2 tablespoons, like 2 squirts of this On Guard Cleaner concentrate in there. And then I put oils in there. So a good go-to is tea tree because it's antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal. So it's really good for cleaning like mildewy spots, right? Because of the antifungal properties there. But any and all citrus oils do a lot of the same thing. Really good antibacterial properties, and they smell good. All those good things. So I've done, lemon, wild orange, citrus bliss, lime, like anything you want. I just used Litsea, actually, if any of you guys got that one. That one is so lovely. Litsea and spearmint, like really the options are endless. So I would do like 5 drops of each oil in there. You can do more if you want, and then just fill the rest with water. So some people like to add vinegar to that. I don't personally, but you can if you'd like to. I just do the On Guard Cleaner concentrate, 2 tablespoons of that. Few drops of oil, right? 5 to 10 drops of essential oil, fill it with water. That's what I clean my counters with, my table, my bathroom. I don't have fizzy toilet things, Laura Whip, whatever. Apparently she only loves the people she gives those to, not taking that personally. Just kidding. But I honestly clean my toilet with that, like everything. So it's like my go-to, use it for everything. Thanks, Em. Okay, Melissa, you're up next.
Okay, guys. So I just have to say, part of what I love about this is Emily's got 2 little ones, and the one little one is just starting to crawl and move around, and she's cleaning with things that aren't going to harm that baby. And if somebody were to tip over something and it spilled, it wouldn't hurt a pet. It wouldn't hurt a baby. These are things that you should have in your home. If you're childbearing age, or if you're older and maybe you've had cancer or you've got something going on, be thinking about all of this. So I'm going to talk with that in mind about oven cleaner. I don't know how many of you are old enough to remember Easy Off. And like my mom used to go into full like cleaning mode. I think that Amy really is my mom. I think that's what happened. But she would spray that Easy Off in there, and you would have we would cough for days. And my mom never took any precautions or anything. So I am determined to teach you all how to clean your oven without Easy Off. All right. So all you do is take out of your oven racks, use a spatula to loosen up that stuff on the bottom, get your vacuum that out if you have the attachments, or use a paper towel, get all that out. Here's what you do. You sprinkle a very thin layer of baking soda on the bottom of your oven, and then you're going to mist it with vinegar in a spray bottle. It's going to start foaming, and it's going to start breaking down those bits on the bottom of the oven. So you let it sit for a little while, and then you get out a little scrubby thing of your own choice. I always reach for Norwex. They have something called a Spirinet. I don't know why these things are named that, but anyway, you can scrub your tough spots. And then if you're still having a problem with the spot, get Amy's scrubbing paste out. Yes, that my friend used on her face. And lived to tell the story, but definitely use a little bit of that. Use a little, now get out your Norwex Spiri sponge and scrub that up. It's amazing. Then you can just, after you've wiped that out, then you can mist the entire inside of the oven, the ceiling, the sides, the bottom with the On Guard Cleaner concentrate spray. You can even use Emily's that she doctors up with Litsea, and then wipe it down from top to bottom, and it's going to be gorgeous. But then the oven grates, guys, this is life-changing. You will thank me. Take them out of the oven and just set them in your bathtub. Just lay them in the bathtub. And I want you to mist them with the doTERRA On Guard Cleaner concentrate so that they're a little damp, they're a little tacky. You're going to sprinkle them with baking soda and then you're going to mist them again, but this time with vinegar. So it's going to foam. You can sit back and watch the foaming action. It's very satisfying, actually. Then you're going to pour a half a cup of dishwasher powder all over the grates, turn on the hot water, and cover them in your bathtub with hot water. Add 10 drops each of doTERRA, lemon, and clove, and go to stinking bed. Okay, go to bed. Sleep really well. Wake up in the morning, and you're going to lift up the grate and it all falls off. Seriously, if there's some bad spots there from like a sweet potato or something, you can use another scrubby from Norwex, and the dirt will just fall off. Rinse them well, pop them back into the oven, and stand back and admire your accomplishment. You will be so jazzed to see how gorgeous your oven is. And the last thing I get to talk about is the stain remover for laundry. Very few stains get past Mimi. I use 1 part of On Guard laundry detergent to 2 parts of hydrogen peroxide. You just mix them. You just look at the bottle, pour them into your spray bottle. It's not very scientific. Keep it by the washing machine, label it. And as soon as you spot that stain, I want you to mist it on there, and I want you to like rub it in. Maybe I keep a little toothbrush by my washing machine, or a little mini scrub brush. Agitate it, let it soak in a bucket with cold water for a few hours, and then launder it. Check it to make sure it's gone before you put it in the dryer. And if it isn't, you might need to repeat the process. But guys, this is really fun to do, and I don't even like to clean.
Thanks. There's some questions in the chat box you might want to check out. Ovens are a hot topic. Okay, Danielle, you're up next.
Yes, so good. So many good nuggets. But I was like, anything more than 3 steps right now, my brain is like, I don't know. But one day I will clean my oven, and no easy off will be involved. Okay, so foaming hand soap. Sonia posted a great recipe in Fierce Oilers. So if you're like curious, we've done some green cleaning before. You can always search our group, so don't forget that. If you can't quite get everything, or forget to save the chat or rewatch the recording. So foaming hand soap, I ran out, or when we couldn't get it, so I had to make my own. So it's super easy to do. So again, you're going to grab your liquid Castile soap. We should probably buy stock in it. And then I like to add a little fractionated coconut oil or liquid glycerin, just to give my skin a little bit more moisture, especially in winter. So I do like 2 tablespoons of the liquid Castile soap, and then 1 of the fractionated coconut oil, and then about 10 drops of your favorite oils. So most recently I did white grapefruit and rosemary and Siberian fir, and then I just like drop until it's the mixture that I like it to smell like, and then just fill the rest of the way with water. Just do it slowly, because it's going to kind of foam as you go, and you want to leave room for your foam top. And then the other thing that I really like to do was make my son's own like baby body wash, because his skin was getting, with our city water, I think, just a little bit irritated. So this is for an 8-ounce bottle. So about a half a cup of the liquid Castile soap, and then 4 tablespoons of the glycerin, and then 3 of fractionated coconut oil. And then I just did a drop of Roman chamomile and frankincense, and it was like heavenly. Bath time's my favorite time, because it just smells so wonderful. And I just squirt a little bit in his bathtub, and he splishes and splashes, and it's wonderful. So
that combo sounds really good. Thanks, Danielle. That was awesome. Okay, Sonia.
All right, super sweet. I love Roman chamomile as well. So either you can be fancy like Danielle and make your own hand soap, or you can buy the On Guard hand soap, which Susan will probably talk about. But one of the things I do like to do at night, like before I go to bed, just clean the inside of your sink and use like a squirt or 2 of the foaming hand soap, and then add like a couple drops of either lemon or spearmint with it, and give it a good scrub. You could even polish it with like a teaspoon of olive oil, like if you have a stainless sink, something like that, but it smells so good and leaves it super refreshing. And then my other thing is like a towel refresher. I love doing this. So with your bath towels, I use my mainly Norwex ones, but I will take a drop of oil, and just when I get them all folded, like once the laundry is done, I just go through and I put like a drop on each one. And some of my favorites for the bath towels are lavender, Siberian fir, or eucalyptus. And then kitchen towels, just the same thing, but I'll use maybe more like a citrus oil or a mint oil, like peppermint or spearmint, or even lemon eucalyptus is really nice. But then once you have them in your drawer or the cabinet and you open it, you can smell it. And if you're gonna like wash your face, oh my gosh, like I always smell the Siberian fir. It's super good when you like heat up the water and put it on your face. So just something kind of fun to give a try.
Fun.
And-
Those are really good. Okay, wait, was there one more? Sorry.
No, I was just gonna pass it on.
Oh, sorry. You do it. You do it.
I forget now.
Susan. Okay,
You're welcome.
Susan. what is it?
Look at my drama. They give me 2 minutes left in the half hour to talk. They know how much I talk. So I am not an anti-DIY by any means. I have such great intentions and so little follow through. And the only thing different, I don't want to even, I won't even pretend to say that I'm busier. These ladies are busy. The only difference is their stick-to-itiveness, their motivation, and their determination. So On Guard. So here's the thing, like if you just don't have the energy anymore to get your little molds and all that awesome stuff that Laura does, I'm going to come up and visit you. On Guard has a whole awesome line. And here's what I'm going to say. So I put a few teasers in the chat box talking about the fact that when I was looking at this, I didn't realize, and Melissa has told me this and taught me so much about, I didn't know like that our clothes have chemicals in them, and like furniture. Like I remember her shopping, I swear it was like almost 6 months for a mattress. And she's asking about mattresses. I'm like, lady, just go get one with springs and a big fluffy thick thing. And it's like, no. There's reasons for this. So take part in looking at the chat box. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Because of all those chemicals that leach into the air, On Guard has an awesome support. Now, let me tell you this. So there are 5 key oils that actually make up doTERRA's On Guard protective blend. So one of them is wild orange. Now, we've already discussed how many times in all of our essential oils made easy and our beginner classes, how much wild orange makes me incredibly happy, right? So we know that. In addition to that, I'm going to tell you that wild orange supports our immune system and is a great antioxidant, along with clove, which is also amazing. I know Jerry can attest, I'm always in the dentist chair. And like when I have root canals or whatever, I used to taste that funny stuff and I'm like, what are you putting in there? And they're like, well, that's clove oil because that helps the healing process and it's good for immune support. So clove is in there, cinnamon bark is in there. I mean, I love cinnamon. Rosemary is in there. Rosemary, when you're looking at this, increases your ability to breathe better. It helps support healthy respiratory function. It decreases fatigue and calms tension. And when you're cleaning, like I'm always thinking of 1,000 things. And so I just want to clean, right? Okay, Amy wants to clean. I think about it. And then of course there's eucalyptus in there. So the 5 things that are in there is that, and one of the things that I want to say is the eucalyptus that's actually in the On Guard is different than the actual eucalyptus oil. So that's why we don't ingest eucalyptus oil, but we certainly can for On Guard. So that's just, to me, that's really important. So if you're going to take, just use an On Guard cleaner, right? That's what everybody alluded to and talked about multi-purpose cleaning. So you can do like 1.5 tablespoons in 16 ounces of water, spray it wherever the heck you want. If you are looking at it for dish soap, you can do 3 tablespoons in a gallon of water. I mean, think about how far that bottle of On Guard cleaner is going to go. Right. So, I mean, when you think about the price, and I haven't broken it down, but Dana, my friend is on here who is the mathematician, and you can count these up at pennies, not a ton of money for it. So I love what Amy was talking about at the beginning of this and how economical these conversations really can be. So, I'm with Emily and I have never met, but I really want to hang with her sometime because neither am I really a DIY person myself. I mean, I have good plans and that's about it. Thanks, Aim.
You're amazing, Susan. I just thought I was going to give a quick visual. I didn't think to do this, but the On Guard products, like if you don't want to make them, they're here for you. Okay. So the foaming hand wash, there's laundry detergent. Okay. Toothpaste, the cleaner concentrate, you're going to be able to replace a lot of products with. Okay. So they're there for you if you're like, yeah, I just can't right now. I don't have the capacity. Okay. So I think it's kind of important to consider like, how are you going to get rid of those products that you have at home? Can I just tell you right now, I know there's somebody on this call who's like, but I won't because I spent money on those and I won't give them away, right? I'm going to use them all up. And you know what? I've been guilty of thinking this too. So please know that I'm calling you out in love, but I'm calling you out. Get rid of the products. Okay. The saving, whatever you're going to save is not worth the cost of what it's going to do to your health. Okay. So you like literally grab a big like plastic garbage bag and let's go around your house and start collecting those things. Right. I just think you can call your local sanitation department and find out like the proper way to dispose of them. I think my mom and I took our stuff to a thrift store. I don't remember. It's hard to get rid of them, but don't pour them down. Don't pour them down. Okay. Just like, yeah, do that wisely. Okay. So, but seriously, get started. You will not regret it. A lot of these recipes are in the chat box. We will probably put them in the comments when I post the recording in Fierce Oilers. Okay. So watch for that there as well. Don't panic. Okay, so my mom is getting ready to do the giveaway. And before I share she shares her screen to be able to show us that, I'm just going to remind you next month, April 19th, we're going to be on, right? We do this once a month for 30 minutes. We think it's super important to have that community and the fun. Next month is Herbalicious on the 19th. Okay, so that link just went in the chat box. We've got Oils for Every Age is a super fun 30-minute class for our CE series that Laura Whipperman and Lindsay King are teaching this Saturday morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And you guys are getting sneak peek access at the very brand new nutrition line call that we're doing. Okay, so that link is in there too. Okay, just went live. So what we're gonna do, Mom, you share your screen. I'll call off the items. And remember, if you don't send over your address, I'm assuming you weren't on and you won't get your prize. So you gotta follow through on that. Okay, so let's start with the toilet bowl fizzies from Laura Whipperman, okay?
Okay, here we go. Sue Walbron.
Wood polish from Jerry Huffman.
Okay, here we go. Dottie Durant.
Okay, we've got a bottle of lime, a 15 ml.
Vicki Wagner.
Okay. And then a 15 ml Purify cleansing blend. We talked about that one in a lot of different recipes.
Oh, that would be Bev Byer.
And then we've got, let's do the glass supply set. So we have two of them. So basically it's a whole kit. It's got like 2 16-ounce spray bottles, 4 2-ounce spray bottles. It's got rollers in there too. Like it's a whole setup for cleaning. Okay.
They are amazing. These kits are amazing. Do you come with them, Amy?
No. I'm
Helen Garcia. All right, and here's the last one. And Tanya Aiello.
Okay.
So I am going to, hold on a second here, I am going to save that wheel with all the names on it. So if I don't hear from somebody and they weren't on the call, I will spin it again and we will regift it and let you know, okay?
All right, everybody, we'll see you next month. Have a great night.
Did someone save the chat for me?
Yeah, doing it now.
Okay, great.